All right, hey, let's talk about Facebook influencers in this particular segment. Still module 2. All right, so hopefully you're learning a lot by now. Again, this particular strategy is all about tapping into other influencers' audience, right? To siphon them, revert them back to go to your site and opt into your list. That's the name of the game here, right? So basically, all these little platforms, the concept is the same, right? So in this particular one, I'm going to talk about Facebook. What I will do is I'm going to take you to one of the resources that I would highly, highly recommend you really check out, because it's not just about Facebook. It's one of those things that will help you with other platforms as well. Okay, it's really, the concept again is very basic. Okay, you reach out to somebody who has an influence in your niche, right? Who is influential in your niche. You reach out to them and you say, hey, here's a little bit of money, all right? Or how much would you charge me to talk about my thing, right? Whatever it is that you're promoting. And of course, you never promote a product directly. People can care less about products, but maybe you can create a story around it. Maybe you can wrap it up in a package that's a little, that's appealing. You know what I mean? Maybe you can do a collaboration. Maybe you can get interviewed, right? Maybe this influencer, like with Facebook Lives right now that everybody is doing. One of the strategies, or one of the things that I would consider doing, is potentially, if you're somebody who is not shy about being on camera, right? Maybe that Facebook influencer can bring you on for an interview, right? Maybe a Facebook. Maybe they can do a Facebook Live or something like that. And they can bring you on as an expert to talk about whatever topic it is that you're talking about, so you can deliver a little bit of value, right? And then pitch your link at the end, which would be a great strategy for Facebook, right? Because Facebook is all about creating value. It's not really about just, straight up pitching people. Twitter is a little bit different, right? Like we talked about before. But Facebook, think about how can you create value, because the more value you can create, right, the higher the value that you can bring to that particular influencer's audience, right? Think about what happens on Facebook. Your content, right? It's not just about getting, X amount of visitors to your site today, but on Facebook, that piece of value, that piece of content can live, for days or weeks or even months, right? Now, the strategy here is, what you can do is think about how can you market yourself in a way with this particular strategy that would get your content to get shared, shared around. And this can really, really expand your reach way beyond that just one influencer, because if that influencer has a lot of people watching his stuff or her stuff, right, and your content that you bring to the table is good, now they can talk about you, that's great, that's one strategy, right? Second strategy is you talk about yourself through the value that you bring. Okay, so it's a collaboration. So depending who you are, what your experience level is, how open you are to communicating, how good you are on camera. Like one of the things I would say, like I already said, video, Facebook Live, getting interviewed would be probably the best. That would probably my go-to. It would be my go-to option. That influencer doesn't have to think about, what to talk about your stuff, exactly what to say, because you can tailor, and you can bring good stuff to their audience, so they'll be more open to work with you as well. And if you can pay them to do that, it's a win-win. So check out this little resource here I'm going to give you. Okay, this site called socialix.com. Let me take you here. This is what it's going to look like. Okay, now this is a paid service. Okay, this is a paid platform, but this is a leading influencer platform and network. This is a big, big, big network. It's not just about Facebook. Okay, so you would be a brand. Let's say if I wanted to go here, right, you can be an influencer, but if you're not an influencer, then you're going to be a brand, right, if you're a promoter. So I will click on brands, all right, and I can collaborate with influencers and amplify my brand. Now, the cool thing about this particular network is they work with big companies as well as smaller companies, okay, so their rates are not terribly out of whack, so they're affordable for pretty much anybody. So it says you can harness the power of bloggers, social influencers, and spread your message across popular blogs and social media accounts. Okay, so these guys can get you in front of bloggers, they can get you in front of Facebook influencers, Twitter influencers, even YouTube influencers, Pinterest influencers, etc., 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 right? So let's take a look at this together, okay? I'm not going to take too much time on this because I really don't have to. This is one of those things that, again, if you want to explore this, do it for yourself. There's different, different niches, different topics, different verticals. This is a really, really, really great network for you to create an account with. Okay, find powerful and relevant influencers that want to speak about your brand. Okay, now these guys can be bloggers. Okay, they can be Twitter influencers, Facebook influencers, Google Plus influencers. Okay, Instagram influencers, Pinterest, YouTube, etc. Okay, so you can target your message to the right audience with follower demographics. So you can say, okay, my product is tailored for females, and you can literally adjust that on their network. It's pretty cool network. Now I want to show you something else here, real quick here. So if we go to brands, okay, and let's go ahead and scroll down here. So here are the network statistics. Okay, so they've got 3,800 blogs. Okay, again, there are different verticals, different niches. Over 19,000 network social accounts. All right, they got over 240 million monthly blog impressions. Pretty significant number here. Unique blog reach, 121 million. All right, and they got over 2 billion social media reach. Okay, so that's a pretty significant network. Here is what I would recommend you do. Okay, I'm going to put this in the resources for this particular segment. Check this out. Again, don't overcomplicate a simple thing. It's really, really simple. All we're doing here is we're tapping into influencers with audience. Okay, think about the platform and what's the best use or the best strategy for you to tap into those audiences for that particular network. Again, for Facebook, my number one go-to strategy would be delivering value. Why? Because my value piece, right, can go viral. It can get shares, right? People can start talking about it. So you can leverage an influencer, deliver value, right? Pitch your site at the end, right? Give them an appetizer. Let's say if let me give you an example. Let's say if I wanted to promote this product, right? Internet Traffic Mastery. I would find an influencer on Facebook, right, with a big giant reach, and I could deliver an appetizer, right? A little training, a 5-minute, 10-minute training, 15-minute training, good stuff, right? I would teach people about the 5 rules of traffic, or I can teach people about the landscaping of traffic generation these days, right? Or the top 12 traffic generating avenues for 2017, 2018, right? For example. Now, and at the end, I can say, hey, if you're interested in getting or learning all about traffic generation, go to xyz.com, right, for more free information. See what I'm saying? So what I just did is I created enough value for people to make this piece of content to be shareable. And so these people can now share and spread the message. Now, and of course, I'm retargeting everything, right, per instructions from module number 1. And so my content, every visitor that hits my landing page, now they become part of my retargeting cloud, of my pool of retargeting, right, the people that I follow on the internet. And now I get to follow these guys over on Facebook and wherever they're going on the internet, and now they're in my world, right? So now they're on my corner, and now I can target them for pennies on the dollar. Okay, so it's really, really powerful stuff. Strategy is what you're after here, not necessarily the tactic. Tactics can change, right? Influencers can change. Like if you work with one influencer today, maybe tomorrow that influencer's account is not going to be around. Who knows what's going to happen? But the strategy will always be relevant. Make sense? All right, so go ahead and check it out. I think you will find this to be really, really impressive, okay, for that particular resource I just gave you, that network. It's good. It will cost you, it might cost you, a few bucks per month to have access to that network, but it's going to be really, really, it's going to be worth it. Now, the price will depend on, how big of a reach you want, how many, do you want to target bloggers? So what I would do is I would contact those guys and create a custom, they can help you create a custom plan based on what you need, so you'll be able to talk to a representative and they'll help you get started, okay? Now, you can also do this manually, right? If you, if you know some people in your niche, if you already know some people that, whatever niche that you're in, Facebook, You know, you can find those people, just reach out to them directly, more of a, you know, manual way. Same concept, right? Same principles. Reach out to them, say, hey, can we do something together? How can I provide value? Think about it like this. If you can deliver value to that influencer, right, and bring value to his audience or her audience, they'll be more inclined to work with you. Does that make sense? Okay, so don't approach this from a perspective or from an angle of, you know, give me. Nobody likes that kind of approach. But if you can approach them with, hey, how can I help you, right? First, deliver value, and they'll help you build your brand. They'll talk about your brand. They'll talk about your message. Think strategically here, my friend. That's why you making a decision to becoming the best in your craft at what you do, right, is not something that you should be, you know, taking casually. There's something that you really must focus on and develop yourself to becoming somebody who will be very difficult to replace, because the more value you can bring to the marketplace, the easier it will be for you to build your business, to build your brand, to get the traffic, and to go viral, right? Which is easy to do these days with the right strategy, all right? So go ahead and check it out. You'll like it. I'll see you in the next segment. Bye.